Hello, teachers. My name is Jessica Ellison, and I'm a teacher educator at the Minnesota Historical Society. And I'm so excited to be here today with Ami Naff, who is an exhibits researcher also at MNHS. And we're here to talk about some of the extraordinary women who were involved in the fight for voting rights. So we're going to start with a labor organizer from Duluth. So good morning, Ami.
Hello, Jessica. Sabrie Akin was a progressive journalist, a labor organizer, and a supporter of women's suffrage. As a newspaper editor, she spoke to and for workers, and as a labor organizer, she brought workers together to stand up to their employers. She stood for fair wages and the equal treatment of men and women. Akin learned her trade as a labor editor of the Daily Republican newspaper in Fargo, North Dakota. She was a powerful writer and speaker, and when she moved to Duluth in 1895, one of her first speeches was to the Duluth Federated Trades Assembly. She told them that she planned to start her own newspaper, and the mostly male group made her an honorary member on the spot. She called her newspaper the Labor World, and as its editor, publisher, and only employee, Akin pledged that her views would be red hot. The masthead was designed by a Duluth firm, and it reinforced her views on labor versus management. It showed the rich in their carriages and dining rooms surrounded by roses, and the workers, young boys in the mines, were only shown with thistles. Duluth was a city filled with laborers who worked on the railroads and the mines, in logging camps, and on cargo ships. And working class women worked in factories and waited tables. They cleaned other people's houses and did laundry for hire. Akin urged people to stand up for themselves. She said, "Don't stay away from meetings and then complain when things are not run to suit you. Remember that while you are loitering along, your enemy, the capitalist, is undermining you every day." Akin also worked across class lines. She was one of a very few women in trade unions and in labor meetings. In women's club meetings, she challenged the views of her middle and upper class friends. And in 1898, she helped found the Duluth 20th Century Club. And she used her position there to reach Duluth's wealthiest women, urging the club women to seek the vote as a means of ensuring that all women won the right to honest jobs and fair pay.
Oh, she sounds amazing.
She's like one of my favorites.
Oh, she sounds fantastic. And she never lived to see the vote. Isn't that correct?
No, that's correct. She passed away in 1900.
So, yeah, so 20 years before the 19th Amendment was passed, but she did so much work laying a foundation at the time. And I think there's really a great connection here between the suffrage movement and the labor movement. And so if you're focusing on what was happening in the labor movement in the 19th century, late 19th century, it's a really great thing to bring in Mrs. Akin and all the work that she did in Duluth that rippled out from that city. The other thing I think is a fantastic resource is the Labor World itself, which is still a publication, but you can access the historical Labor World at the Minnesota Historical Society in the newspaper hub. So what a fantastic resource that is.
Yeah, it's
So
really fun to read.
fantastic. So be sure to check out that resource and many more at the Votes for Women website on mnhs.org. Thanks so much, Ami.
Thank you.